So today we're going to take you around Siri and Soma's cage and let you see kind of what they have in their cage and what they enjoy. And this is also actually a really cool tour because Siri and Soma, if you've been following my Instagram and Facebook, you will know that they are laying eggs right now. Having Sego around actually has stimulated them to go into egg laying mode. So there's a little bit different dynamic going on in the cage right now than there usually is when they are not laying eggs, but hopefully you guys will enjoy the cage tour, and I will try to include some of the nest box action in this video. So check it out, here we go. So one of the first things that you'll notice is the food and water bowls that are in my cage, and these are just the standard bowls that came with the cage. The cage that I have is the Preview Hendrix Parakeet Flight cage, and I got mine at PetSmart, but it is available in several different places. So these are really cool bowls. If you can get clear bowls, sometimes your birds may like those a little bit better because they don't feel like they can't see anything when they eat, but mine have done really well with these. They have a nice perch and they have a cover, which helps particularly with the seeds because it keeps them from getting scattered everywhere when they eat. But really good food and water bowls, and they've lasted me a long time. One of the next things you may notice when you look in my cage is that I've got a big natural perch in here that looks like part of a branch, and my birds really love this. I like it. It's really good for the birds' feet because you've got different branches of varying widths on this thing, so it really helps keep their feet in good condition. So I've got a natural perch, and then I've also got one of these concrete perches here. And this one is great because it can help keep your Budgie's nails trim. Now you want to kind of watch out for your birds. You don't want them sitting on one of these constantly because it actually can also rub on their feet, which is not good for keeping your bird's feet in good condition. But if they sit on it periodically or they have to hop on it to get to like a favorite toy, as you can see here, then it really is helpful in keeping your bird's nails trimmed. Speaking of things that you want to keep in your cage, here is one of the toys that my Budgies like to play with. As you can see, it's starting to get a little bit worn where they like to chew on it, but they like to spin it around and make the bell make noises and such. So this is really cool. You should always have at least one or two toys in your cage. I try not to clutter my cage up with a ton of toys so that my birds still have room to kind of move around. As you can see right now, I've just got one toy. I may put one or two more in there when my birds are not in the nest box so that they can occupy themselves, but I always try to leave them plenty of room so that they can climb and fly and get their exercise during the day. Now, another thing that I've set up for my birds right now is this extra feeding cup. Siri has been getting out quite a bit, but Soma is really trying to be a good mom, so she's sitting on those eggs a large part of the day. So I wanted to make sure that they do not have to go far for a food source, and they have been coming out here and hopping on this extra bowl to get food, and then they go back in the nest box, as you can see Siri did just now. So, but you can use these. I do use this periodically for things like greens. I will cut up fruits and vegetables and put them in here because it's a little bit easier to clean. So it's great to have an extra food bowl for fresh foods because you don't want to throw those in the seeds because they will soil the seeds pretty quickly. So great to have an extra food bowl. And of course, as I showed you here, this is the nest box. If you're interested in installing one of these in your cage, I do have another video that shows exactly how I put this particular nest box in, and of course you'll have to adjust that based on your cage and the type of nest box that you've got. But this has worked out really well. As you can see, the birds are very happy with it and are utilizing it. So if you're interested in breeding, it is important to have a nest box in your cage. And one of the last things I want to talk about is just the bottom of the cage. I do have just the grate bottom, and I put newspaper underneath it. It makes cleaning so much easier, because if you want to do a periodic midweek cleaning, you can just remove the newspaper and replace it if it's not too heavily soiled. Of course, at least once a week you'll want to clean out the entire cage bottom, even beyond just removing the newspaper, but it certainly does help with periodic cleanings. And I use just the black and white print paper. I do not use the color ads, because a lot of times the inks that they use in those can be bad for your birds. So I try to stick primarily to black and white print pages. As a little bonus here, I'm going to show you guys what's going on in the nest box. And I'm going to talk kind of quietly because I don't want to disturb them. But as you guys can see, here we have Soma, and she is sitting on some eggs. I don't know if you guys can see. Well, I guess you can't see the eggs right now, but there are about 5 eggs, maybe 4 or 5 eggs now. And Soma is wondering what I'm doing staring at her, but she's been really cute about sitting on the eggs. So hopefully once they start laying fertile eggs, she will be a really, really good birdie mom. But that's what's going on in the nest box right now. I will double check the eggs in a few days. You can do what's called candling the eggs, which means you go in a dark room and hold a light up to them, and if you can see things inside of them that indicate that there is life, they are fertile, and if not, then you've got infertile eggs. So I'm going to double check, but I'm pretty sure at this point they are infertile, so I'm going to remove them after a little while. But she seems to enjoy sitting on them, so I'm going to let her have her fun, and then hopefully next year maybe she can have some babies. All right, bye Soma bird. Well, that's it for our Budgie cage tour. Thank you so very much for watching this video by the Parakeet Perch, and thank you very much for the request. We will see you in the next one.